Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. This is Pir Imtiaz and Sohrawardi. Can we communicate with our soul? This is the topic of the day, and we will discuss a little bit on it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gifted us two things. Although Allah has gifted many things, but main as a human being, He gifted us two things. Number one, immortal soul which is immortal, and second, the body we have. This body is mortal, which will expire ultimately, and all the diseases, all the weaknesses, all the problems which we face in the form of diseases or something else, and pains and aches, these are because of this mortal body, not because of soul. So soul is placed in our body before our birth by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we came in this world, we are children, then we are grown up as boys and girls, then young men and women, and then thereafter people of middle aged, and thereafter old age. Some people, they leave this world during early days or early years of their life, and some people, they go long, they spend 70, 80, 90 years of their life in this world, in this body, having soul placed within it. So at the same time, whatever we do, there are two things always involved in decision making and its implementation. Most of the part in decision making is done by our soul and implemented by our body. The involvement of these worldly things, most of the time what happens, that our soul, which is basically pure, pious, innocent, and with the passage of time, when we spend our time here in this world, if we are involved in some type of bad things or bad deeds, soul also becomes part of that and suppressed by our body. Our brain suppresses our soul, because generally soul is innocent and pious, that always tries to indicate us whenever we are going to do anything which is bad or which may be bad deed. Soul always try to send us a signal to stop us from bad thing doing. But our body, our brain, that overcomes to the signal of soul, and we do sometimes bad things, bad deeds. And with the passage of time, when we use more our mind, our brain, our body, suppressing the advice of our soul, then soul starts becoming weak day by day. So when it becomes weak, then that is just lying in your body, in our body, and doing whatever we are thinking, whatever we are physically making decision to do something or not to do something. So when this situation comes, it means that we are going towards loss, which is loss forever or perpetual loss, because we will not be in a position to do something good. Most of the time we are doing bad deeds, and if we are doing bad deeds, ultimately, when the day of judgment will come after our death, we will be penalized or punished accordingly. So what I want to talk to you today, that we should communicate our souls. We should strengthen our soul so that body should act upon the advice of soul instead of vice versa. Now what we are doing, we are using our soul because of our own physical deeds, our own mind, our brain which we have in our body. So the people who are poor people, who are Sufis, they tell the way, they teach the ways and methods how we have to strong our soul, so that our body should come under the command of soul. And in that case, the body will not be able to do bad deeds if it is being commanded by souls. So how will we have to do that? The first stage is communicate with your souls. How you have to communicate with soul? Yes, when you are sitting idle, try to go inside of your conscience and try to locate that what soul is indicating you or giving signals to you to do something or not to do something. Whenever you go to bed for sleep, before sleeping, just give few minutes to your soul and ask to the soul that whatever you have done today, whether that was bad or good. If that was bad, which one was bad? And then how I can overcome those bad by the next day or the days which are coming to ahead in my life. So in that case, you have to start communicating with your soul. When soul is being communicated and then consulted, of course, before doing anything, you have to make a habit that before doing anything, you have to communicate with soul. Should I do this or not? Get consent of that deed from your soul, and I'm sure that soul is generally treated as innocent and pious. Soul will definitely guides you in a better way and in a positive way, and will certainly stop you doing any bad deed. And if you will start doing this and develop this type of habit to communicate with soul all the time, while talking with people, while performing your profession, while driving a car, while getting education in universities or colleges, while making deals with people, business deals, and doing some type of jobs, during every act which you have to perform, just a moment you will take only. Consult with your soul. Should I do this? If the answer is yes, do that. Because I told you, the best friend you have is soul. And this is that soul which has to go with you. Because actually you are soul. When you have to leave this world, you will transfer from this world to the other world, which is forever, where we have to be either rewarded or penalized because of our good deeds or bad deeds. The soul is actually your personality. That will go there. And then, of course, we will have new bodies there which will be provided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those bodies which will never have any type of disease, any type of ailment, any type of weakness, any type of old age. Everybody will be young, whether they are men or women. So the soul is actually your personality. So always try to keep the soul clean from all type of bad things of this transit period, this transit world where we are living now, which we have to leave when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will certainly advise to bring us to that world. Try this, and then you can feel that if you will start communicating with your soul all the time before doing any deed, you will not be able to do any bad deed, and certainly your soul will guide you, and soul is your best friend, and you are actually soul. Soul is your personality which you have to carry. So this is very easy, and just try it, and then share with me if you have any difficulty while communicating with your soul, because initially you will feel difficulty. Don't hesitate, just contact with me. I am available to help you out how to communicate with your soul in a better way, and how we have to use the guidance and supremacy of the soul, so that we should be successful in this transit world, and that success will certainly lead to us towards successful life, which will be hereinafter. So please keep me in your pace. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.